At 29,032 feet above sea level stands a place unlike anywhere else on Earth. A mountain so majestic, so powerful, that it captures the hearts of thousands every year. Mount Everest, the roof of the world. To some, it's the ultimate dream. To others, it's a mountain of death. Over 300 climbers have lost their lives on Everest, and nearly 200 bodies still remain, frozen on its icy slopes. They are not buried. They are preserved perfectly by the freezing cold, as if time itself has stopped. Here, the dead do not decay. They become part of the mountain. When people imagine Everest, they picture beauty, shining snow, bright skies, and the triumph of standing above the world. But what they don't see are the bodies. Bodies that mark the trails, hidden beneath thin layers of snow or lying openly in the deadly wind. Every few hundred meters, another reminder appears. A glove frozen mid-reach, a faded jacket half buried in ice. Each one tells a story. Each one whispers a warning. Above 8,000 meters lies a place climbers call the death zone. It's where the air becomes too thin to support human life. Oxygen levels drop to 1/3 of what our bodies need. Every breath feels like fire. Your muscles scream for air. Your brain begins to slow. Your thoughts blur, and your judgment fades. Even the strongest begin to stumble. The temperature can drop below -40 degrees Celsius. The wind roars through the peaks, sharp as blades, slicing through layers of clothing, skin, and hope. If you stop moving, you freeze. If you make one mistake, you die. At this altitude, the body slowly shuts down. Your heart beats faster, trying to pump life into starving organs. Your lungs gasp, but the air gives you nothing. Some climbers describe it as drowning, only in thin air. And when someone collapses here, rescue is almost impossible. Helicopters can't fly safely this high. The air is too thin to lift their weight. Carrying a single body down can take 10 climbers, risking their own lives for a mission that may never succeed. That's why most who die here are never brought home. They remain on Everest forever. Some of these bodies have become infamous, silent guides on the path to the summit. The most haunting of them all is Green Boots. He was an Indian climber who perished during a blizzard in 1996. His body, dressed in bright green mountaineering boots, lay inside a small limestone cave on the main route to the top. For nearly 2 decades, every climber who passed that way saw him, curled on his side, knees tucked in, as if trying to sleep. He became a landmark, a grim checkpoint on the way to glory. Then there's Sleeping Beauty, Frances Arsenteieff. In 1998, she became the first American woman to reach the summit without oxygen. It was a moment of triumph, but also her final one. On her descent, she ran out of strength. Her husband tried desperately to save her, but he too vanished into the storm. Frances remained on the mountain for nearly 10 years, her face calm, her body preserved by the ice. Climbers who passed her gave her the name Sleeping Beauty because she looked peaceful, even in death. Every frozen body on Everest tells a story of human ambition pushed beyond its limit. Stories of dreams, love, and courage, ending in silence. People often ask, why not bring them down? Why not give them a proper burial? But the truth is cruel. It's too dangerous, too expensive, and too deadly. Even when recovery teams are sent, they battle avalanches, collapsing ice walls, hidden crevasses, and the same deadly altitude that took the lives of those they tried to save. Some bodies have been lost forever, swept away by storms or buried under shifting snow. Others reappear years later, their colorful suits faded, their faces unrecognizable, but their stories intact. It's as if the mountain itself decides when to reveal its secrets. For the climbers still alive, seeing these bodies is an experience that changes them forever. They describe the silence, heavy, endless, and filled with whispers of the dead. Each frozen face reminds them of how fragile life is up here. One slip, one gust of wind, one wrong step, and you join them. Everest doesn't forgive. It doesn't care who you are, rich, poor, expert, or beginner. It doesn't care about fame, glory, or dreams. It only reminds you that nature is in control and always will be. For many climbers, reaching the summit is a moment of triumph, of tears, of disbelief. But what most people don't know is that 80% of deaths happen after reaching the top, on the way down. Exhausted, dehydrated, and oxygen-starved, climbers make fatal mistakes while descending. The mountain gives them victory, and then takes it away. Today, Mount Everest is more than just the highest mountain. It's a museum of frozen history, a monument to human determination, and a graveyard of frozen dreams. Each body on its slopes is a symbol of what it means to push beyond fear, and sometimes too far beyond reason. They remind us that nature is not something to conquer, it's something to respect, that glory and death often walk side by side, and that reaching the top of the world sometimes means never coming down. As the wind howls across its ridges and the snow buries the fallen again and again, the mountain keeps its secrets close. But those who have stood there say they can still feel it, the presence of hundreds of souls, watching, waiting, whispering through the ice. Mount Everest, beautiful, deadly, eternal. The mountain where dreams rise higher than the clouds, and where the truth freezes forever in time.